Welcome to Killshot Tournament Season 1. I am your host, Longshot.
And I am Kaleido.
And we're going to be casting this Game 2 between gfGPanda and KSxBadMofo. Yep, so these guys duked it out in Game 1. gfGPanda took it away from Badmofo. Definitely an awesome game. You know, the big whole mech build against that, you know, bio build. I mean, now that the Terran plays are now going to be, like, you know, in favor for that mech build, especially in the TVTs nowadays.
Absolutely, it's very, very true. We're seeing a lot more mech coming out in TVT, and a lot more, like, even some people have these interesting builds where they go a lot of air with a little bit of mech, and it's really, really interesting how this matchup is evolving. The sad part is for Mo, he's honed this Marine Marauder medevac style down to a pat, but the issue is it's not really working against mech these days. Mech is very, very strong against that old style of Marine Marauder medevac. So
I definitely agree. I mean, we've seen a lot of pro players now actually use and utilize the Hellion tank and Viking build that, you know, even that, like, it's similar to like a 1-1-1 build as well. But then they go mass mech, so it's very interesting to see that, you know, these players are actually utilizing what the pros are doing nowadays. But most is sticking with his guns and just saying, nope, I'm gonna keep with the old style of the bio build. That's right. So he's definitely gonna be the old school guy in this tournament.
Right. Well, he does really, really enjoy the mobility of his bio armies. But the issue is we saw a lot of very poor engagements. Like, when you have the mobile army, you can't be directly engaging into siege tanks. So we saw a lot of terrible, terrible engagements by Badmofo here, where he ended up losing way too many units to siege tank lines, where he really should have been skirting all of those and dropping in different places and trying to separate that army and trying to break up the siege tank line as much as possible.
Yeah, and normally, you know, if you're going to be doing like a bio build, you really have to catch those, you have to have really good scouting, because you have to really catch those siege tanks out of position, and it's very rare for them to unsiege and move out. But when they do, that's when their vulnerability is available, you know, to take them out very quickly.
Yeah, it's actually so important to have very, very good scouting. We even see like a lot of Terrans favoring scanning over mules in the mid to late game, because you need to know where his army is positioned, and you need to know immediately if he starts to unsiege that you can engage with your bio armies. So that's actually very, very important.
Yeah, and let's just start off by saying we see that, you know, gfGPanda is spawning in the west side of MLG Metalopolis, and we also have Badmofo spawning in the northeast side. Yeah, he's gonna be on the northeast side, you know, because he's like one of those rich kids, like, you know, in like one of those private schools. You know,
he's on the right side of the tracks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, where gfGPanda, man, he's like, you know, where that like boulevard splits. You know, he's like, I'm on the lower end, while Badmofo's on the upper end.
That's the hood of Metalopolis.
That's right. You could draw a line through it right there, right on the mini-map. Bam. Right? But we see that, you know, gfGPanda is going to be going this 1-1-1 build. He's even got the bunker just in case for any type of, like, crazy rushes in the beginning of this game. But, you know, right now it's pretty much...
Right, we do see the tech lab going down on the factory and the starport getting built right now. So he's probably going to swap those, and we might see an early Banshee here very, very soon.
Yeah, and Mo is going to be scouting this out with his Reaper. This Reaper's going to get the full scout out on if he actually moves in and sees it coming. Yep, he's going to be popping in. You can see those clicks going down, and bam! Here comes that Reaper. That Reaper is just going to be able to see everything that he's going to be doing. And seeing the double gas. Oh, let's see his vision right now. Oh, he doesn't see the Stargate yet. Oh, is he going to be taken out by all those SCVs? I don't know. He still doesn't see that starport. This could be really devastating. He did not see it.
Ooh.
He did not.
That's actually a huge mistake. He definitely should have been at least poking around to scout some of these buildings. Obviously, getting all of these SCVs pulled off of mining is very, very good, but you have to scout this tech. Like, that should have been priority number one, is checking out what kind of tech. Like, that's what an early Reaper is for, is just being able to see what your opponent is doing so you can get enough information to be able to properly counter it. So he has no idea that this Banshee is coming now.
Yeah, and the fact that, you know, just the scouting portion. Terran is now using and utilizing the Reaper as more of a scout instead of using their scan, and I think that's just the cheaper route to go. But you have to get in there and actually see everything that's going on.
Right, it is definitely cheaper as long as you're getting good information from it. But we will see the cloak going down for this Banshee, and a second Banshee being built right now, so this could potentially do a lot of damage if BadMofo isn't ready for it, because he can bounce back and forth between these two bases pretty easily and dodge the Marines and kite them pretty well, and actually take out a lot of SCVs.
Yeah, gfGPanda is actually now going to be going into the base, or wait, maybe he's going to be waiting for that cloak to finish. Yeah, I think he's going to wait, but I like the fact that Panda did show, like, you know, his top card in this matchup. I mean, he threw out the Hellion. I mean, normally, if I have a Marine on a Xel'Naga Watchtower, and I know that that a Hellion takes him out, I would assume the same thing in game 1. He's going his tech build. He's going to be getting out, you know, Banshees, Hellions, tanks. But right now we have both the Banshees are going to be coming in. They have a lot of energy. He's going to be cloaking. He's going to be popping shots off on all these SCVs. Oh, no. And then we also have one at the north coming in. And he's going to be also taking out a few of these Marines here. But he's going to be cloaking.
This is nice multitasking by
beautiful
Panda that we're seeing here. He's actually he's going to take out a lot. He's going to actually do a lot of damage here, and he's going to be able to get away with this Banshee. Ooh, very nice play. Just out of range of the scan, then he's going to start kiting these Marines again. Very, very well played here.
Yeah, so right now, I mean, he's going to be ahead in the Harvester count. We can see right here how many units he killed. 13! Oh, man!
13 workers killed before
that's a
this
lot.
Got up. That is actually a lot of units.
And look at that. I mean, he doesn't overcommit. He decides that, alright, I've done enough damage with these two Banshees. Now let's see what I'm going to be doing. He's going to be tech switching back to more mech. And he's already getting his command center out. And knowing that he sees that BadMofo already has his other command center down, so he's right now kind of in a rush to catch up and get his orbital command down, getting his natural up and running.
He did manage to completely deny all kinds of mining on this expo here, so that's actually very good too. And he will be getting siege and his siege tanks now, so he's going to be in pretty good shape pretty quickly here. He's going again this mech build that is so strong against bio, and he also already scouted that Mo is going to be going mostly bio here, so.
Definitely, and in the fact that he sees all of these racks, you know, up. I mean, that's what's 5 racks. Is that 5? Yeah, it's 5. 5?
Yeah,
yeah,
that
5.
is a huge commitment to bio armies here. We know that Mo right now doesn't have a lot of options for you know, transitioning out of this, and obviously we've seen him love this bio style, so I don't think he's even going to think about transitioning out of it.
But
we're going to see his Banshees try to poke a little bit here, though.
But I find it interesting, though, that like you see that some of these facilities aren't pumping out like units. So even though, you know, he's going to be able to, you know, make a lot of Marines, but he's not pumping out a lot of units at this time. I mean, his macro is slipping. I'm seeing.
Right, he does have a lot of infrastructure out, but he's actually not using most of it, which is kind of a bad thing, I would say here. He must be distracted by these Banshees and worried about taking more damage and actually not macroing well at all here, because we're seeing the food count. I mean, gfGPanda is taking a commanding lead just in the opener of this game, and he's going to be in very, very good shape because he has better tech, better units against this bio army, and he's way ahead in food already.
Yeah, and you know, I would be really concerned now about siege tanks if I was in BadMofo's position, and as I say that, you can already see the siege tank become a siege tank. So, I mean, this is just dangerous territory. I mean, he's gonna be. I see that he's got 4 Marauders in this medevac going up to the north, and we have this other medevac going to the south with about 8 Marines. This would be a good play for Mo. I mean, right now we could see that gfGPanda is going to be getting the scouts on the Xel'Naga Watchtower, but you know, Mo is going to be sneaky if he can pull off some good micro with these medevacs with their units in there. We can really see some, you know, maybe a change in the game. Because right now gfGPanda is supply blocked.
If he can do a 2-pronged drop here and actually pull some of the army one way when he drops the other side, then he can actually do a substantial amount of damage to the economy and get away with very, very little damage if he lifts in time. So hopefully that pans out, but I don't know if he necessarily has the APM to be doing a multi-prong drop right now.
Yeah, because right now we see that he's going to be dropping his Marines in out of vision of gfGPanda. gfGPanda does see the few of them, but he decides to take out the watchtower. Going to be doing like kind of a just a switch of the hand, and he's going to be able to take out all of the... Oh, but he puts him up in the medevac, and oh, they all go down.
Oh, terrible loss for BadMofo here. Definitely should not have been flying over that turret.
And this is going to be bad. I mean, he's got 4 Marauders and 1 medevac, and he's got
and he's
like
going directly into the siege tanks here. Ooh, no, not the way you should be engaging this at all. These drops needed to go off at the exact same time, not one after another, because it's way too easy to defend. If you see one drop, stop it, and then the next drop comes and you can stop it too. They needed to go off pretty much exactly at the same time, otherwise it just does not work out at all. And
the fact that, you know, BadMofo doesn't have any Vikings out, the air dominance of gfGPanda is going to be in his favor. I mean, he's just going to take free shots off on all those medevacs.
Absolutely. He even cleaned up the squad of those at the Zelnage, those cloaked Banshees, so he's in very, very good shape. We can even see the food differential is actually completely insane right now. gfGPanda just taking a third blindly here. He does not even have to worry.
Yeah, but you know what? It's we see that, you know, if Mo's going to be going into this bio build, it really is going to commit to the upgrades. I mean, we see that. Does he have a double engineering bay? Well, I don't think so. He's only got 1 engineering bay, but nonetheless, though, now the Banshees are just going to be a free shot off. Boom! Both of them go down. Wow, at the front, that was just
totally sacrificed these Banshees. I'm not sure why.
He was like, oh, whoops.
That was a huge misstep. But that said, he's still, you know, 50 foot ahead, so I don't think he's too worried about it.
Yeah, not at all. But Mo is going to be getting his 3rd command center up, while gfGPanda already has his 3rd command center up. Now he just needs to place it down either somewhere, either at the gold or at the 3rd expansion, which I believe he's going to be throwing at 3rd.
Absolutely. We actually see it moving right now. He will be placing it at the 3rd here. And he will be just controlling this whole region very, very easily with all these siege tanks.
Yeah, and he's going to be doing a little bit of a push here. We see that we have a lot of Hellions and a lot of siege tanks right now. If Mo is able to re-macro up his units, I mean, or catch these siege tanks out of position, but unfortunately they already are siege. Oh, this is dangerous for Mo.
Right, this is very nice by gfGPanda. You know, not overcommitting, not pushing in and then sieging. He's gonna slow push tanks one by one so they start doing damage, and then when Mo pushes out, there's actually gonna be a much huger line of siege tanks here.
Yeah, and we can see that all the Marauders and the Marines just get decimated early on. I mean, but another squadron of Marines and Marauders stem on top of those unsieged tanks. Oh, this may be something that, like, BadMofo needs to just change the tide of the game.
He might tip the balance of this battle here. Oh, very good engagement, but oh, Blue Flame Hellions are doing so much damage to those Marines. It's actually insane. Oh, he's landing all the Vikings to try to take this out.
Oh man,
nice reflex by Panda here, but
yeah, unfortunately though, now he's going to be losing a lot of medevacs due to those Vikings, but only 2 siege tanks and a couple Marauders. Uh-oh, I don't think this is going to be good for him. But I mean, he
actually did lose a lot in that engagement. But Mo needs to not be engaging right now. He needs to pull back and macro up. He's actually going to lose so much if he engages ever right now.
It's crazy right now because right now he's got the gold, dropped a lot of mules at the gold. He's going to be making a what's that called? Planetary Fortress. Wow, it's really late tonight doing tasks like this.
So planetary at the gold. I'm actually surprised. Panda hasn't even thought to like fly over and scout this. Oh, he will be sending some Hellions up here though.
Yeah. Oh, those tanks got out of position and bam! Oh, that Marine Marauder ball takes them all out. There, here we go. The Planetary Fortress is done. Gonna be popping off shots on those Hellions in the front, and that all of those Vikings are just gonna be pushed away. Another tank, a free shot off. Wow, we have a lot of mech that's just being misplaced in
this is actually huge damage that that Panda's taking. He's still pretty far ahead in food, but he's suffering a lot of losses to just bad tank placement here, and he's actually just going to be returning home because he can't afford to keep losing tanks left and right like this.